All right. Good afternoon to everyone. Well, good evening to everyone. Once again, thank you for joining us for the Empowerment Youth Ministry broadcast, where we are working hard to try and get our young people ready, and informed, and encouraged to continue to further and do their personal best. I know that there's a lot that's going on, a lot that's happening, but we want to make sure that we're getting you the information to help your children. And what we do apologize, we had to do something today, and so we're broadcasting from our vehicle, but that doesn't stop the message from getting across, right?
Not at
So
all.
we're doing this afternoon, this evening, with Coach German out of, he's a counselor and the coach at Ladder High School, and we're so grateful to have him with us. So we're going to go ahead and get um, started with our broadcast. Once again, we always pre-record for the broadcast, and we're going to go ahead and get that going so we won't have to hold up the new father. uh, and we want to make sure that we give him time before the baby start crying. We don't want him to miss his baby duty.
Exactly.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started into our program. Good afternoon to each and every one. Thank you once again for joining us for the Primary Youth Ministry broadcast. Once again, we're coming back to you, and it's my privilege always and an honor to be able to come and share with you, trying to our best to empower our young people. There is so much that's happening across the world. Don't stop in South Carolina, don't stop in North Carolina, but across the entire world we're seeing so much that's happening, but at the same time there's still a bright future for our young people, and we're going to push through this, and we're going to get through this by the help of the Lord. And while we're talking about it, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Let's make sure that you exercise your rights this coming Tuesday, and
Yes.
make sure that you are casting your vote. I
Yes.
hadn't done early voting. I don't mind going in the poll on Tuesday and casting my vote. It's my privilege, it's my right, and we need to make sure that we're taking advantage of that. So many people have fought for this for us, that we can have this right. And so, look, let's take advantage of it, because our children's future, which we're talking about today, is depending on this election as well. So it's not
Yes.
so much about who's going to be president. Yeah, that's great too. But at the same time, a lot of funding is done federally, through the federal government, that our young people will be able to get the scholarships, be able to go to these different colleges. And so this is why it's also important. Even our public schools, this vote, this election that's coming up this Tuesday is going to even affect our public schools. And so we all have children. If you don't have a child, I'm sure you have nieces, nephews, grandkids. They're going to be affected. And
Yes.
because of that, we want to make sure that we encourage you to exercise your vote on this coming Tuesday. And not only that, but be prayerful. Please pray that God will work this thing out. God knows we got enough going on. We don't need anything else added on our plate. We got a plate
Not at all.
full
Can
right
I
now.
can I add something to that?
Yes, go ahead,
Again,
Chris.
a lot of our forefathers and our parents and grandparents fought for this moment right here. Don't let it go in vain. And also, we can't complain if we don't, exercise our right.
Exactly.
We
Exactly.
if you're not doing anything about what's going on, you
Exactly.
don't have the right to complain. So like
Exactly.
don't take this lightly. Take it very seriously, because
Yes.
the next 4 years we cannot go back to what we've been through the last 4 years. We can't do it anymore. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. So well said. So well said. And so listen, we can do it together. We can do it. We can make a difference. And not only that, but listen, if Washington, D.C. is not willing to make the difference, we can make a difference in our local communities. And so, look, it starts, as they say, it starts at home. And
yes,
it does. It
of course,
does start at home. And
of
we can
course.
make a difference right here, right where we are. And so we just want to thank Mr. Chris German for joining us this evening, taking
No
time
problem.
from baby duty. He's a brand new dad.
Yes, I am.
And congratulations to little CJ. Is that what you're gonna call him?
Yes, ma'am. CJ.
All right. So we thank God just for blessing you to come back on our show. We thank God just for you working in the school system, working hands on every day with our young people. And
Yes.
you have a great job to do. And hats off to you and everybody else that's out there trying to, and you're making a great impact in these children's lives. You're putting that impression on their life. And thank God for you doing what you're doing. A very positive young man. I thank God for I look at a lot of the different posts that you're posting. Very good stuff. I was like, wow, I like that one. My goodness, I like that one.
And you always
And
got
so
to be mindful. Somebody's watching everything you do. You got to be mindful
that's
what you
right.
put out there in the atmosphere.
That's right. But it's some very good stuff, very
I
encouraging
appreciate it.
information that you're sharing. And so, Chris, so much is going on. We're right in the midst of the pandemic, and a lot of our students, or some are going online, and some are going to the school. They're doing a hybrid model. And how is this going to affect those students? First of all, I guess, what would you say to those that's working online? What does the parents need to know at this point, how things are going to affect them?
Basically, again, thank you so much for allowing me to be on the Empowered Me Youth Ministry. I enjoy it. I actually enjoy watching some of the things as well that's going on. So, thank you again. Right now, we are in, times we never seen before.
Right.
So there's a lot of things that we are basically trying out. And that's what you can honestly say. We're basically
That's
trying out different things. Yes, over in Latta, we have the online or the virtual and the hybrid model. It seems to be working pretty well. The great thing is the class sizes are very small. And so the kids are able to have that one-on-one contact with a teacher, and kind of like it's a little intimate time, so where I can actually, if I really have a question, I can really answer my question in the
right.
class. But for the parents that are doing the virtual, please make sure that your kids are logging on. And
Right.
just because you're virtual doesn't mean that you don't need to log on, because you still can get truancy charges if you're not logging on and not doing what you're supposed to do.
Mm,
And so please make sure you're logging on. Please make sure they're turning their work in and actually doing their work. That's another thing, because that's going to be the only grades that they're going to have, and it's going to turn. You don't want it to impact your GPA negatively. So make sure they're doing everything they're supposed to do in the classroom, doing everything they're supposed to do online. Log in. I would have them log in, just like they were in school. So if they're in math, from 8:30 to 9:45, I would have them doing their math at that time to get them,
right.
in the habit of being in that class at that time. And so if they are able to come back into school before the semester ends, they're still in that, that mode of, I got at this time, I got English this time, I got this science this time. So I would have to do that too. Just make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do.
That's very good. And I like what you said, that they're logging in and doing that work at that time,
Hmm.
keeping that routine.
Keep the
Because
routine.
right, and I think that some kids may have fell off, simply
Yeah,
because they just weren't logging in. They're not having to actually sit in the class, and so you just take it for granted, and you'll get behind that way too,
yeah. We
real
definitely
quick.
fine.
And, and I like what you said also, is that parents, please keep in mind that these are the grades that your child is going to get. And so it's going to make a big difference. Like you said, it's going to affect their GPA.
Hmm.
And, we don't want you, and this is why we're here today. We don't want you to wait until, you know, April or May of next
Yeah,
year and wonder why your child isn't going to be promoted, or why their grades are looking like they're looking. And it's
exactly.
because they have to log in, and not just log in, but pay attention and do the work. Um,
Yes.
and I'm sure you all cannot just give out grades,
No.
because
It's not that easy, I promise.
right, right, you set them up for failure. You set them up for
Exactly.
failure. We don't
Exactly.
want to do that. We don't want to do that. We definitely want them to succeed, and don't just take this as free time, a time that you just kind of lay back and goof off and think that you on easy street, because I hate for you to get to that bump in the road and it just totally run you off, because you have to complete the work. And
Yes.
I do know from experience with my daughter, she kind of lollygag around after the first maybe month. Then
Uh-huh.
after that, she kind of got sidetracked and so she was getting up. So I'm in so and so class now. I'm in so and so she stayed on her schedule just like she was in school,
Yes.
but she got slack and it told on her. And so you don't want that. You want to keep your grades up. Nobody's gonna hand us anything out here, y'all. And
That's true.
so now once they're finishing up with school and getting ready to graduate, now are they still doing the SAT and different things like that?
Well, right now they aren't because of the COVID precautions. They're really not taking SAT, ACT. Like, because sometimes you can register for a test and go to like West Florence or somewhere to take the test. They don't have that open right now. But the great thing is some of the colleges are doing they call it test optional, where whenever you apply for the college, if you took the ACT or SAT prior to the COVID pandemic, and if you scored a high score, you can have the option of putting your test score on that application. Or if you didn't do so well, I'm not a good test taker, so this would have been perfect for me. So if I had the option of put my test score on there or not, then if it's
Right.
not high enough or not where you feel like it needs to be, you don't
Right.
have to put that test score up there. Now, a lot of colleges are requiring you to do more essays now, because they can't grade you or they can't rate you on your test score, so they got to figure out other ways
Right.
to rate you. So they're asking you to write those essays. So I would say one key thing to do is if you filling out an application and you have a good essay, go let your English teacher read it and go over and revise it so you can put the best product out there. Because
Good.
again, you are just a number. They don't know who you are. They don't know that you are a good person. They don't know that you're a Christian. They don't know any of
Right.
that. The only thing they know is your GPA and then your essay. So you want
Right.
to make sure that your essay stands above and beyond everybody else's. So
Exactly.
just take that. That's that one nugget. If you just take it to your English teacher, take it to a strong writer, take it somewhere so you can fix those things, so you can have the best product to present.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And so because I was gonna ask you, so what do you recommend for those that are writing essays? So you did cover that, to take
Yeah.
it to your English teacher, let them review it, read it for you, making any corrections. So,
Yeah.
you're kind of having to sell yourself
You got
through,
to.
through that essay.
Yes.
Wow.
Again, you only a number. You are only the only thing that the college people will see is your GPA, because if your GPA is not where they want it to be, they can just go ahead and throw your application out the way. So you are a GPA and you are the essay. And you also your extracurricular activities, the things that you've done in high school, and then your course load as well. If you taking patty cake classes, and they're really not going to look at you, but if you take those rigorous classes that that forces you to work and that forces you to do a lot of things, then
Right.
you catch their attention. So just make
Right.
sure you put the best product forward.
Very good. Very good. So you covered a lot. So some of the schools are taking the SAT
Mhm.
score, or you can opt out and just do an essay instead.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
That's like I said, this is times we never seen. So these are the different things that different colleges are doing to try to get the enrollment up, because
Mm.
they gonna have to enroll the number of kids, a certain number of kids for them to meet their quota. So they're coming up with different ways for you to do that. So take advantage of it.
Okay.
Another thing they need to take advantage of is, and this month is about over. The month of October, they usually do like what they call College App Day, where
Hmm.
different colleges in the state of South Carolina will waive their application fee. Um, to fill out an application to go to college, it's run you about an average of like $50 per application. So if you apply to 10 colleges, that's $500 that you're spending. That's just in applying.
Oh,
The month of October, they usually waive their fees. So you should go talk to your counselor if you haven't had like a college app day. Um, that they will give you a waiver code that you put in at the end of the application, and you won't have to pay the money to pay for the application fee. So take advantage of that as well.
Okay. Are they still doing the fee waivers for the
Yeah.
SAT? Okay.
Well, there's different things that you got to for your SAT. You got to go watch your financial things or financial situation at home. But again, you talk to your counselors about that fee waivers. You do get fee waivers for SAT and ACT.
Okay. All right. So should they be already? Should they
Yeah.
already go ahead and do their financial aid and?
Yeah, yes. The open enrollment or the open thing for financial aid started October 1st. So you need to get your financial aid or your FAFSA done. You will need your parents' 2018 tax return. Please, I will tell you, please, I've dealt with this so many times where I will help a kid do their FAFSA, and I will tell them time and time again, make sure you remember your username and your password each year, because
Yes.
you're gonna need that each year that you apply for
Every
the
year.
FAFSA, and so you got to make sure that is correct because it is so hard to get FAFSA people online or on the phone to try to get you to or to get your password or to recreate your stuff. So
That's
please
right.
make sure you write it down, put it in a safe place over the next 4 years if you plan on going to a 4-year college, because you will need that each year that you apply for financial aid.
Got
Again, you will need your 2018, your parents' 2018 tax return, because the FAFSA goes for a year prior. That's what they call it.
oh,
It's 2 years from this year, which will be 2018. You will fill that out. Make sure you don't lie on that, because they will find out and you will get denied from all things. The quicker you do it, the better you are, because you have the first dibs on Pell Grants and all different things like that. So just go ahead and get that done. It opened October 1st. So go ahead and get it done. You still got time.
okay. Great. Great. One of our listeners saying that now you can change it with your phone number. Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's good. Trying to
That's a
help people
great
a little
thing.
more
But just
simple.
make sure you remember everything.
All
Make sure you
right.
remember
Thank you,
all
David.
that stuff.
Right. And so, Chris, are you seeing are the kids, do they still seem excited about graduating and going off to college with the pandemic? And so what is the morale of the students now?
I last year was the class of 2020. Whenever they took that long break, I mean, we didn't know if we were going to be able to have a graduation. That was that. I mean, you worked 12 years for that one moment, that
Right.
5 seconds though of hearing your name and you walk across that stage. It's all that work that you put in there. So of course the kids, morale is still going to be high for that moment. We just don't know what it will look like at
Right.
for 2021. We don't know what that moment will look like. I feel bad for these kids, really, because
Yeah, me
that
too.
that was a moment that's a moment I will never forget. Whenever
Right.
I walked across the stage with everybody that I went to school with since I was in kindergarten.
That's
And
right.
we were able to have a graduation party afterwards, or we were able to hang out.
Right.
Like
Right.
they're limited on the things that you can do, and please make sure y'all wearing a mask if y'all in a group or whatnot. But
That's right.
we don't know what it's going to look like in 2021. You know, we don't know if there's going to be a cure for this pandemic. We don't know what it's going to be. Like I said, I feel bad for them, but the kids still are working towards graduation and working towards getting the great grades so they can compete to go to college, because hopefully this pandemic will be gone soon, but they still have a life to live.
Right.
And so you still got to prepare for that life that you want to live. So of course,
Right.
I think the morale is still high.
Okay, good, good. Because that was just kind of one of my concerns, is that it just takes away, so to speak, the thunder
Yeah.
of graduating, the excitement, and looking forward to finally go off to college and go
Yes.
out to the college of your dream and be able to stay on campus. Because now,
Yes.
there's some are on campus, some are online, and so it's just a total different ball game
Yes.
for everybody. And speaking of ball game, um, football. So you're a coach. You are you the high school?
I am I'm the varsity basketball head coach, and I'm an assistant football coach. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So how's that working out for our young athletes?
Um, well, up until last week, everything was going pretty good. Around the area is kind of, pretty decent. We had a couple of schools that had to, not play in a couple weeks because of, they may have had a player or they played against someone that had the COVID virus, and everybody had to quarantine. Unfortunately, we are under quarantine right now. We
Oh,
played in the game recently, and somebody had COVID on that team, and so our kids are not in school. Our football players are not in school at this point. It happened at a few other places, but overall, it's again, it's just a rough time. It's a
it is.
rough time, and it's we try to be as normal as possible,
Right.
and not just run away from it. But we really got to be smart, and we really got to because this is our health. I mean, we don't know.
Exactly.
That's the thing. It's the unknown that's scary. That
Right.
it's still unknown. Like, even though this been here since December of last year, we still don't know.
Right.
Um, so we try to be as normal as possible, but unfortunately, things do happen.
Right. That is so true. And like you said, you feel bad for them. I mean, even these athletes that are
Yeah.
playing and their desire is to go off to play professional basketball, football,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
and sometimes, I mean, right now it doesn't look very bright
It
because
doesn't.
there's so many restrictions that's
Yes.
being imposed. Tell me about the young man that graduated from Ladder that's playing professional football.
Well, he was drafted by the Miami Dolphins
Okay.
this past summer, but due to the COVID, they had to cut their numbers, and so he didn't make that final team. He
Wow.
still, has aspirations of going into the NFL. So he's still waiting to get that phone call from any other team that may be interested in him.
Okay.
But it's happening at each level: the professional level, the collegiate level, and the high school level of people contracting the virus, and then teams having to postpone games and cut their numbers and different things of that nature. It's
Right.
again a rough time that we're in right now.
Right. So what would you say to our young men, young ladies that are, you know, trying to, they're working hard to get a career, uh, playing professional or however, how would you encourage them now as a coach? How would you encourage them?
It's hard. I'm not even gonna lie. It's hard, very hard right now. But the college coaches understand too. So I would say continue. You may have film from the previous year, or if you have some film from this year, still put your highlight film together and contact these college coaches, the assistant coaches. Twitter is a great platform to use to talk to college coaches. Um,
Good.
Send your film out. Send them your transcript. Send them everything that you can.
Good.
Um, but that not just college. I mean, if you're interested in the military, reach out to these recruiters.
Right.
Like, get on the phone and talk to them and say, listen, this is what I want to do. Because we all know that everybody's not going to go to a 4-year college. They're not
Exactly.
going to go to a 2-year college. Some
Exactly.
people have to go to, the military, or decide to go to the military. And some people decide to go in the workforce. There are a
Right.
lot of things that you can do. Get on the phone with your recruiters and talk to them and say, listen, I'm interested in joining the Navy, the Army, the Marines. What I
Right.
need to do, give me the stuff that I need to take to practice ASVAB, which is the test that you need to take to get into the military.
Right.
Um, Everybody's not gonna go to a 4-year college. Like, if my toilet was to break today, I would have to call somebody to fix that. I mean, I got a college degree, but I don't know how to fix a toilet. So
Right.
these people who do all types of
Very
things,
good.
and make
Very
sure you,
good.
if fit a plumber and you fix toilets, make sure you're the best, so you can set your fee. Because
It's
if
needed.
a plumber come to my house and say, I got to charge you $150, I might think that it's high, but I need my toilet fixed.
That's
So make sure
right.
you're the best at whatever you are wanting to do.
Right, right. And that's a very good point, because now that goes back to the dual credits. Through is
Yeah.
Are y'all through Northeastern Technical College?
Yes, we're through Northeastern. Yes, ma'am.
Right. And so very good being able to pick up a trade and
Yeah.
also to utilize the vocational school
Yes.
that we have in Dillon. Because like you said, you can almost name your price. If you
Yeah.
be the best at that, the best plumber, the best electrician, uh,
Yes.
I'm telling you, that type of trade is so much needed. It's so hard to find someone to do that type of work, because I don't know where they are, but I'm telling you, if you're looking for a career, that's one right there.
Yes.
If you're
I
good at
don't
that
know
stuff.
that it's a lost art, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna say, but a lot of people push you to try to go to these, college and universities, which is great. I'm not even gonna lie, it's a great thing. I've done it. But I mean, we fail to, promote those 2-year colleges as well. We fail
Right.
for, go get a trade, go specialize in one thing, and you do that one thing well. Because if
Right.
you do, again, you can set your price. Like,
Right.
there's a lot of money to be made in this area as well. Like, I mean,
That's
don't
right.
think that because you're in Dillon County that you can't make any money, because there's some great money that you can make. It's all on how you apply yourself.
Ex-
If you know in your heart that you are not a 4-year college student, then don't do it. I don't mean if everybody else is doing it, like my mama said, if everybody else jump off the bridge, are you gonna jump? No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna go follow my own path.
That's what Mama
So
said.
yes. So I mean, again, get you one trade that you are very good at. You want to be a forklift driver. You want to be
Right.
a barber. I mean, I get my hair cut. I can't get it now because I'm in quarantine. But I mean,
Yeah.
I got to pay money to get my haircut.
Exactly.
You're good at what you do, and you set your price. Either I'm gonna go to you and pay and get a good haircut, or I'm gonna go to Johnny down the street and not get a not so good haircut. So
That's
you
right.
don't do those things that you want to do. Don't let nobody persuade you to do anything else.
I love that. And that's true. Do what you want to do, because everybody can't do everything.
Yeah,
Everybody's path is not the same. And
yeah,
so, you have to do you, so to speak,
yeah. That's
um
right.
and don't be ashamed of it. I mean,
Exactly.
everybody's not the doctor,
Exactly.
everybody is not the teacher, everybody's not the nurse. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
If you depend on me to be your nurse, you would. Oh my God, I'm sorry, I just couldn't
Oh
do it,
God.
but so don't feel bad that if you're gonna be, if you're the one that works on cars, don't feel bad about that. You making your
Exactly.
money. If you're the one that paint the cars or whatever, don't feel bad. Make your money, because
Make your money.
everybody can't do that.
I can't do it. And like I
Right.
said, if I need my car fixed, and if it's dependent on me to go fix my car,
Exactly.
I'm gonna have to thumb my way everywhere I go, because that's not my ministry. Like
Thumbs up.
fixing
Thumbs
on
up.
fixing on things is not my ministry. Like my
Exactly.
ministry is the assistant help. That I know my
Exactly.
role and I play it well. I'm not trying to do somebody else's
Exactly.
stuff. So I
Exactly.
mean, if that's what you do and that's what you specialize in, you do it and you make your money.
Exactly. And I agree. You don't have to impress nobody.
Exactly.
You don't have to try and be somebody that you're not. Look, you are
Exactly.
just as important if you are the barber, if you are the manager at Hardee's or McDonald's, or
Exactly.
if you're the one that works for the city water department and you're checking meters. Look, whatever you do, don't hold your head down about it, because everybody can't do that. If you're the mechanic, you be that mechanic.
Yep.
You're the nurse, do that. Do what you do, but don't just make it seem like what you do is not important, or it's
Exactly.
just, oh, it's just all I do is so and so. Man, look, you're
Yeah.
getting paid,
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
everybody is not on the same level. And I just, don't feel bad about it. Everybody is not your Einstein. I'm not Einstein,
Me neither.
and so no, everybody's not going to be the scientist, but whoever you are, find out what you're good at and
and make
do
sure
it.
you're the best at whatever you do.
Right,
And
right,
that's
right,
that's
right,
it.
right. And just remember that you have what it takes to be successful.
You do.
Don't let nobody fool you or tell you anything. God has given us gifts already and different talents that
Yeah.
He's already put in you and given you the ability to do. You just got to tap into it and do it and be great at it.
Exactly. And if somebody tell you that you can't or don't want to give you the information, please find me and I will try to help you as much as I can. Because
There you go.
it don't profit me to see. I mean, I may not counsel you or you may not be in my school, but it doesn't profit me to see or to know that there are kids out here that
Right.
want to do this and they're not being steered in the right direction. It doesn't profit me at all. And if I have some knowledge or if I have a connect to put somebody in a position or to assist them in putting somebody in a position to be great. And if I have knowledge and I have that contact, it doesn't profit me to hold it, close to my chest. If I'm not sharing it, then what am I doing? So if you are needing something or you need somebody to push you in the right direction, find me. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and all my stuff is Chris German. So you would definitely find me. I would definitely, do whatever I can to push you in the right direction.
That's right. As they say, pay it forward.
Got to.
Pay it forward.
Because I would want somebody to do that for my son.
Absolutely. We're going to pay it forward. And I'm telling you, our time is gone just that quick, Chris. Yes. Thank you so much for sharing with us. I hope this was a help to somebody that's out there listening. We just want our kids to be successful. We want to see you make it. We have a lot of shooting and killing among our youth. And I just want to encourage you, listen, you can do better. You don't have to settle for that. You don't have to just give in to that type of life. It's a dead end road.
Can I add something to it? It's not fair. It's not fair to your parents to bury you from senseless things. And as bad as we don't want to, we should be burying our parents. Our parents should not be burying. I'm seeing too many young kids or young RIPs and it's people that's younger than me. Like that. That's not life. Like, strive to do better. It's okay to be all right. It's okay to do things. It's okay to go to school. It's okay to go to the military. It's okay to get up and work a 9 to 5. It's okay to do those things.
Right.
Like, don't live your life looking over your shoulder.
Right.
Live your life to the fullest.
Right. There you go. And look, you can have a full life too. Yes. You really can have a full life. You just got to do it the honest way. Yeah. And then when you do it the honest way, like you say, you don't have to be looking over your shoulder.
Listen, get to know the man upstairs. God will never steer you wrong. So
my God. Yeah.
You have him first. I mean, everything else will fall into place.
Seriously. Amen.
Don't get me preaching up.
Amen. But we want to thank everyone for tuning in. Our time is up. But this is yours truly, Minister Brenda with the Empowerment Youth Ministry broadcast. Stay encouraged. Continue to be prayerful because God and prayer changes things. God knows you can do it. God bless you.
Thank y'all so much.
I just finished recording.
Okay.
I just recorded on my phone, but we're still on live.
I'm sorry.
But yeah. But I'm not gonna hold you either, Chris. Thank you so much for sharing the information. Anything that you come up with or any more information that's gonna help our young people, feel free to come back. You got an open door right here on our radio.
You just tell me when, and I'll see what I can do.
All right. Well, we pray that everything goes well. Although you're in quarantine, that you would not contract the virus. That God will cover you and protect you and your family from that virus because it's deadly. But God does allow some people to recover from it. But at the same time, we got to be so careful. Wear your mask, sanitize, disinfect, change your clothes, wash off. I mean, do it all. Spray yourself down.
Make sure you protect yourself so that you can protect others. That is the motto you should have. Make sure I'm doing everything to protect myself. So whenever I come home, I'm protecting my wife. I'm protecting my son. I'm protecting every kid that I come in contact with.
Absolutely.
So please, and this, I understand that these young kids want to go and hang out, but this is just not the time right now. Right now, it's just not the time. So y'all just be careful, please.
Amen. All right, Chris, we're going to let you go back to duty, go back to your...
Gotta go fix some bottles and change some diapers.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Y'all be blessed. Tell your wife and your son we say hello.
I will.
And God knows we bid you guys speed. Continue to be blessed out there. And take care. All right. Be safe.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.